Well, good day, everyone. This is Dos de cada una conservation plan, which dos de cada una means two of each in Spanish. And this group is composed by Sylvia and myself, Ricardo.
Hi, my name is Sylvia Noriega. My first experience with the NOLO consulting team was in 2018 in a NRCS internship in Mississippi. I have a bachelor's degree in animal science that I finished in June of 2019, and I'm currently studying my master's in animal science.
My name is Ricardo Lanzó. I had the opportunity of working in NOLA Consulting in an internship in Florida, summer of 2019. And I worked as a soil scientist next to Craig Frink, who is at my right, and Martin Figueroa, who is standing at my left. I graduated last June in a bachelor degree in agronomy in the University of Puerto Rico, Mayagüez, and I am currently studying a master's degree in agricultural education. Now to talk a little bit about the farm, Dos de Cada Una is located in Lajas, Puerto Rico. It's a free-range poultry farm whose most income arrives from eggs and breeding, and it's owned and operated by Carlos Ramirez Fagundo. Now, the owner of the farm, Carlos, is actually a student, and he had an internship last summer. So because he was leaving the responsibility of the farm to his parents, he had to sell most of his chickens. So right now, most of his income doesn't come by selling eggs, but by selling chickadees, like you see on the left. Now, some of the conservation challenges for this farm is dealing with the chicken manure, finding more helpful ways of disposing it or more profitable ways of disposing it, and working with the smell. Another challenge is dealing with the high erosion. As you can see in the picture, there's supposed to be a fence crossing the farm, and the ground there in the center is already eroded. And this is due to the fact that the farm is located in a steep slope. He gets a lot of precipitation and wind. Here we have a better view of how the slope affects the farm. Right in the farm, you can see already the erosion you saw earlier at the center where the fence crosses. And a little bit to the left, there's actually an even steeper slope. So the erosion is more pronounced over there.
So we would like to mention, just for fun, some of the chicken breeds that Carlos has in his farm. This one right here is the blue Americana, or the Easter egger. And this chicken lays blue eggs as pictured on the bottom left. So the second breed is called the black copper Moran, and it lays dark brown eggs. Pictured on the right is a white egg and a couple of cream eggs. For comparison, to compare it to the really dark brown eggs that this chicken lays, which are the bottom two rows of eggs. This third breed is called the olive egger. It is a mix between the previous two, the Americana and the black copper Moran, and it lays green eggs. It ranges from an olive colored egg all the way to a bluish green. And these are some other breeds in his farm. From top left to bottom right are the white leghorn, which lays white eggs, the Rhode Island red, which lays cream colored to pinkish colored eggs, the Ayam Jemani, which is the all black chicken that lays cream colored eggs. Right after that is the black star egg. Right after that, we have the black star breed, which lays cream colored eggs. Then comes the Welsh Summer, which lays brown colored eggs with freckles. And the last one is called the bantam or kitties, and that one lays cream-colored eggs. And the fun part about that breed is that it has feathers on its legs. We would now like to talk about the conservation opportunities that we have in the Dos de Cada Una farm. The first opportunity we saw was with the chicken manure. Chicken manure is high in nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. It also provides organic matter to the soil, and it increases its water holding capacity. Given that he shovels 2 barrels of chicken manure a week, we saw an opportunity to keep it from going to waste, and as a way to make a profit. Turns out his uncle has avocado, plantain, and guanabana trees in his farm and was looking to buy some fertilizer. What better fertilizer than a natural one, right? For the manure to become good fertilizer, it has to be diluted with other natural ingredients, like plant production residue, such as coffee shells, rice shells, and coconut scraps. It can also be mixed with wood chips that are left after the wood planks are made in hardware stores, or with kitchen scraps like fruit and vegetable peels and eggshells. Another compost ingredient could be landscape waste products, like grass, leaves, and small branches. We decided to go for wood chips and some grass. This is an image of what the fertilizer will look like after the process is complete. I say fertilizer and not compost, because even with all the added ingredients, the mix is still too pure, and planting or sowing plants in it might kill the plant. The top right picture is manure, the second picture is the wood trimmings that we're using, and the third is landscape scraps, leaves, grass, and branches. The plan for Carlos, the farm owner, is to continue doing this, but to add the wood scrap as bedding, as shown above, so that it will already be mixed in with the manure, and so that he doesn't have to move as much soil from the cages when shoveling the material out, which was one of the problems that he was also having.
Now, to work with the erosion occurring at the farm, we are planning to use cover crops for the steeper slope at the back of the farm to the left side that I showed you before. We're gonna use paschouli since it's an excellent cover crop and it works well with the area. Now, one of the interesting opportunities we have is finding a cover crop that works well with chickens because as you may already know, usually chicken farms tend to have the ground barren, so it will be a nice chance to see if we can change that. Now, we expect to implement this plan completely in around 75 days, and this is due because the process from taking the chicken manure and turning it into a fertilizer or a compost takes a while, since drying manure takes around 2 weeks. Doing the hot compost recipe process, that is keeping the compost still so the microorganisms can heat up through their decomposition process, and then we wait 3 days, we turn the compost, wait 3 more days, turn the compost. It usually takes at least 9 days, and the longest process is the curating process, which takes around 52 days. Now, that being said, the patchouli cover crop implementation will overlap the compost process and it takes a lot less. So the determining factor for us for finishing the conservation plan is the compost creation.
The outcome and implications of this project were to turn chicken manure into a natural plant fertilizer. As you can see on the top left, there are a couple of algarroba trees. On the top right are small plantain plants, and on the bottom left is an avocado tree. You know, Carlos will be making use of things that would otherwise be discarded, and he would also be making an extra profit. And the second outcome and implication will be to reduce soil erosion by using the patchouli plants. As you can see on the picture on the right, there's a really big problem with erosion on the farm.
Well, about the lessons learned in this internship, there are actually too many to count, and they were all very helpful. Since the moment we arrived at the chicken farm, we were able to use the 5 cents technique and get a good assessment about the area. We could quickly notice areas where conservation was needed and conservation opportunities especially. So we are both very, very grateful about all that we were taught during this internship.